When my friend and I left the movie theater last night, we got pulled over. So the officer walks up to the window. My friend looks up at him and goes, "Is there a problem, officer?" The officer said, "Yes, ma'am. You were speeding. Can I have your license and registration, please?" My friend said, "I don't have a license. My license was suspended about 5 years ago." The officer was a little confused and he goes, "Well, how about your registration?" My friend said, "I don't have a registration. This vehicle is stolen." The officer then reached in, took our car keys, said to remain in the vehicle and he'll be right back. I watched in my side mirror as the officer was walking back to his car. I turned to my friend and I said, "What the heck are you doing? Are you trying to get arrested?" My friend told me to zip it and let her do her thing. As the officer was approaching her side of the car, before he could say anything, she said, "You know, officer, there's something in my trunk that I think you might want to see." The officer took a couple steps back and he immediately reached for his radio and made a call for backup. I was scared to death. I didn't think we were going to make it home that night. Sure enough, in a matter of moments, we had 2 more cop cars behind us. So then we had the officer and the sheriff approach the vehicle, and my friend said, "What's the problem, officer?" The sheriff looked at her and said, "Ma'am, I've been informed that you're driving without a license, that this vehicle is stolen, and you have something in your trunk." He then informed us to remain in the vehicle while he and the other officer went and opened the trunk. When they opened the trunk, it was completely empty. The sheriff then walked back up to my friend's side of the car and goes, "Ma'am, is this even your vehicle?" And she said, "Of course." And then she reached over into her glove box and handed him her registration. He looked down at the papers, and then he looked back at my friend and said, "Well, I was also informed that you're driving without a license." And she said, "Oh, just a moment." And she reached into her purse, grabbed her license, and handed it to the officer. He was pretty confused, and he goes, "I was just informed that you're driving without a registration, you're driving without a license, and that you possibly had something in your trunk." And my friend goes, "Oh my gosh, are you serious? You know, I bet you he told you I was speeding too."